Question.
Okay, I had a question for Lisa. If you went down so deep, was there something with the water pressure? Did it give you, like, any hearing loss or anything?
Well, I didn't have a tank on. If I had had a tank on, then I would have gotten embolism, or gotten the bends. But you can't get that without a tank. And I did equalize on my way down.
This is for Joe. I've always had a fear about dying underneath the water. When you were underneath the water, what was going through your mind?
Back to training. When I was in the Navy, I remember being trained about coming up under a fire, for example, where they teach you to splash to get it out of the way. And I knew that I've been in an airplane full of jet fuel, and I figured it was even money when I got up there. It was going to be on fire. The other thing was I knew that we'd had a blizzard and so forth, and I knew I might come up under ice, and I knew that there was, from training, I knew there was a gap of air under the ice. So what I was really trying to do is to make sure as I came out of the airplane that I didn't lose track of the direction, because I figured the airplane had to make a hole or we wouldn't have got to the bottom. So I was thinking things like that.
That's so smart. You know, the other thing that you pointed out was that you had gotten into a crash position, and you think that's what saved your life. Is that why you think others might not have survived?
You know, the guy asked a question over here earlier about people, and what I was quite conscious of doing, and I told Nikki, I said, look, we're in deep shit, and we just got to get our head.
Honey, we've all been there. We knew what you meant on that one, believe me.
I said, just do what I do. And I put my head down. It's hard for me to do this because I got kind of hurt, but I just put my head down and got my, like up around there. And I call that my Irish air raid shoulder.
Kissing your butt goodbye almost there.
And waited it out, and then that worked till we hit the bridge, but then that knocked me up. And then when I regained consciousness, there was water in my nose, and I was up. But what I know is that when I was putting my head down, there were people around me doing this sort of thing, stiff-armed, and none of those people survived that crash. And I knew I was supposed to put my head down there. I mean, and pay attention when they give you the lessons,
That's right. So many times we're sitting on that plane, and the poor stewardesses are trying to get us to listen, and we're reading magazines and petting the baby and doing everything else but listening to safety tips. Your question?
Yeah, I have a question for Lisa. Did it leave any scars on you?
The whale bite?
A couple.
Wow. Yeah.
Excuse me, Lisa, you think you did anything to provoke the whale to attack you?
I'm sorry?
You think you did anything to aggravate the whale to attack you?
It wasn't an attack.
He was just playing. He can't help he's that big, right? quickly.
Hi, have you, any of you since you've been fortunate, been able to survive, has anybody been able to educate other people besides ourselves on this, on your survival tactics?
Mike?
I teach an elementary meteorology course. I'm a degreed meteorologist and helicopter pilot for TV station in Denver. I go around, spend a lot of time with kids and teaching science courses. I do lectures for police departments, from local police departments to federal agencies. So I stay very active, and we use the video in a training scenario. What the video did not show was the police officer being run down and killed. It did not show the suspect getting ready to shoot at me. So a lot of that emotional and that frustration was left out, and I was remiss in outlining that. So it carries a lot of weight in the training aspect, and I get out and discuss the situation to a lot of police officers around the country.
And we'll be right back in a minute.